Very good adjustments in the second half. What changed and what was the key to closing this one?
You know, at halftime, we just had to challenge each other to be better. It's a back-to-back. It's always tough on the second night of a back-to-back. Getting Brandon back, so knocking a little rust off offensively for us, defensively for us. But the guys accepted the challenge after halftime, and we just came out with a different mentality.
And boy, your bench was huge tonight, 4 in double figures, including Trey Murphy. It was so good to see him get hot. What did you like best out of your bench's performance?
I thought they just brought a spark to the team. They raised the level of play on both ends of the floor. They just were decisive. They ran our sets. They executed well on both ends of the floor. We needed that boost from our bench. Like you said, Trey came in, gave us great minutes. Jose was great. Billy, Nikhil got it going late in that third quarter. So our bench was important, and we needed that lift tonight.
And Jen brought up Trey. I mean, what in particular did you like about what he was able to do tonight after being out in the lineup for a while?
I like Trey's decisiveness. When he caught the ball, it was catch and shoot. He didn't think. Defensively, he just battled and he rebounded the ball, things that we've been asking him to do, and he's getting better and better.
And you went to a lot of, we haven't seen too much this year with him, Herb, and B.I. out there. It seemed like that length really helps you on defense. What did you kind of see when that unit was playing together?
Well, Detroit did a really good job when they put Olynyk and Lyles in the game. They presented a sort of a matchup problem for us. So coming in the second half, we wanted to combat that by putting in Trey, Herb, like-sized guys that can red screens, and maybe one big. So it was just a matter of looking at the game and just making an adjustment, but we like what we saw.
And the last few times we've seen B.I. come off an injury, it's taken him 2 or 3 games to really gain his rhythm. It seemed like he really hit the ground running tonight. What did you really see from him, especially in his offensive approach tonight?
It was just great to have him back. He was aggressive. He looked like he didn't miss a beat, and he was getting to his spots, getting to the foul line. It makes a huge difference with our team when he's on the floor, and we're happy to have him.
All right, let's go to Zoom.
Hey, Willie, holding them to 36 points in the second half, just what do you think you guys did well in defensive end across the final 2 quarters?
Well, the whole key going into the game was pack the paint. Force those guys to take tough contested threes. They're not one of the better three-point shooting teams. I thought the last few minutes in the second quarter, we allowed them to get some open threes, which any guys can make. But just pack the paint, mix in unders on pick and rolls, and be aggressive in our approach, and then just rebound the ball and get out and run.
Hey, Coach, hope you're doing well. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
That ability to bounce back after a tough loss in a close game in Cleveland, what it speaks about your team?
We've been talking about it all season, but this is a resilient group, and we just stay with it. Cleveland was a tough loss, but the thing that I like is that we gave ourselves an opportunity to win the game. And over again, we want to continue to do that. Tonight was another example of the last 5 minutes of the game, putting yourself in a position to win the game. And we executed better. We got stops, things that we needed to do the night before we didn't, but gutsy win on our part tonight to come into Detroit and get this win.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coach.
All right. Appreciate you all.
Recording stop. Recording in progress.
Herb, it was a slow defensive first half, but in the second half, things really turned around for the Pelicans, and you got stops at the most important time. What was the key to that?
Just trying to get back to what we do and compete on the defensive end. You know, be physical and make it super tough on the opposing team. And I feel like once we started doing that, we got back into the game and kept the momentum going.
Trey had a really strong night tonight. Good to see him have that after his G League assignments, and I know it wasn't the start he wanted to his NBA career. What did you like best about his game tonight?
Just the confidence he played with. I see it every day. You know, he can shoot the crap out of the ball. I mean, he just knows how to play. You know, good basketball. And when he got out and got his chance tonight, he showed what he's capable of.
Yeah, and it was announced tonight you're going to get to play in the Rising Stars game. How much are you looking forward to that experience?
I'm looking forward to it a lot, man. And they told me at halftime, like I seen it on social media, like people was talking that I might get an invite, but that wasn't really a concern of mine. But I mean, it's a great feeling to, get that accomplishment under my belt. And once, after that game, we would get back to work during the regular season.
And people aren't known too much for playing defense in that game. You plan on changing that this year?
Of course. I'm approaching it the same way. I know I'm gonna try to protect guys if I can, but I mean I'm gonna go and compete. It's not too much that'll change in the way I play.
And I asked Coach about this. He threw a line about that we didn't see too much this year with UBI and Trey out there, kind of just having a whole bunch of long guys out there on defense. How much do you think that helped in the surge you made in the second half?
Oh, it definitely helped because, like I said, it just made it super tough on guys to get downhill. Because we was in the gaps, and then we could get out to contest, the jump shooters. So, I mean, just having length on the court helps all around.
All right, we can go to Zoom, please.
Herb, what did you think of just the way that the bench kind of turned the game around? I know you couldn't make the impact that you wanted to make in the first half because you had the fouls. But, I mean, as far as just what those guys did, what did you think of the impact that they made?
I mean, it was huge. It was just the next man up. They came in and played their style. They played super aggressive, super confident, and that's how Coach wants us to play.
Have you had any discussions with Jose as far as defense? I mean, there aren't that many rookies that come in and make a defensive impact, but obviously you've made a huge one, and now he's been just so disruptive with what he's been doing the last few weeks.
I haven't had any discussions with him. It was kind of known, like coming in the summer league, that we both was going to get after it on the defensive end and make it super tough on the team we were playing, and it just carried over into the season.
Hey Herbert, great win first of all. Both for you and the whole team, those type of wins have helped you to build your character, to build your chemistry on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, the tough games, when it comes down to getting stops and executing, it definitely helps moving forward because, any team needs, some tough games, some gritty games to learn how to win those games. And so, I feel like it's going to help us tremendously down the line.
This finished a stretch of 6 and 9 for you guys, 6 games and 9 nights. It's a little different than the college schedule. How was that adjustment for you these last 9-10 days of getting ready for 6 NBA games?
Yeah, it was definitely an experience. But I just credit the older guys on the team and the staff for emphasizing just taking care of our bodies. Getting the amount of sleep we need to get in the nutrition. But, I would say, it wasn't too bad. I was definitely, getting a little tired, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Was there anything that you needed to do differently or that you tried to? Was you just kind of like mindful of like sleep patterns and things like that?
I just tried to get 7 or 8 hours. Sometimes I might go 9 or 10 if I could, just to get some more sleep under my belt. But, other than that, I didn't really change my routine up too much.
All right, thanks, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Herb.
I appreciate y'all.
Recording stopped.
Congrats, bro. And what do you think was the key for you tonight in particular?
Really just staying ready and playing hard. Once you play hard and you compete, the ball's going to find you. And, you know, the basketball gods are going to reward you for playing hard because you're playing the game the right way, you're respecting the game. Something my dad always told me, you always got to respect the game. And that's just what I try to do tonight.
Defensively, you held them to 14 points in the fourth quarter. What did you guys do tonight to really shut them down and come back from that 15-point deficit?
Really just understand that they scored too many points in the first half and just locking in as a team and, you know, just saying to ourselves, like, we just got to get stops, just string together one stop at a time. You can't get it all back in one time, so just making sure we locked in as a team.
And I figure, I know how y'all rock, so I'm just saying, what were y'all saying, my man B.I., when y'all got back to the locker room after he got there?
I mean, yeah, that dude, man. Like we understand why he got the tech at the end, but like the refs, they're not gonna understand that. Even if it is like your best friend, you can't do that. And I was like, bro, you can't do that. You tripping. You got some new braids and now you're acting crazy. So like that's all I said to him.
Hey, your thoughts on her being nominated, selected for the Rising Stars Challenge?
Well deserved. I mean, it's just foreshadowing of first team all rookie, if not all defensive team in the NBA too. He's been the best wing defender in the league. I see it every single night. Saw it in the preseason, saw it in open gym, saw it in Nashville. I mean, he's getting everything he deserves, and I'm super happy for my teammate and my brother.
All right, we can move to Zoom, please.
Hey, Trey, Willie mentioned that he just liked your decisiveness in this game. Just what's your sense of how important quick decision-making is in the way you guys play offense?
I mean, because when you got guys like Brandon Ingram and JV who are creating advantages for you guys, you got to make quick decisions so that window doesn't close up really quick. That's been something I've been working on when in my like conditioning league a lot, and also in the G League when I was down there. I was just like, all right, look, when you get the ball, just try to do something with the ball quickly. And if it's not scored, then just move the ball. Just find a way to, just not have the ball in your hands for over 0.5 seconds.
Trey, you mentioned the basketball gods. I mean, what did you think of being able to get all those extra free throws? It seemed like that probably was something that helped as far as just getting into a rhythm.
Man, I was very appreciative, I must say that. When they got the first tech, I was like, oh, well, the extra free throw. And then like they got another one. I was like, oh, keep going. And then I heard somebody talking. I was like, he's talking too. You might as well give him a tech too. So I was like, I'll take it. That's fine with me. I'll stay up here, get a few extra free throws, get my rhythm back.
What did you think of just the job that you guys did as a bench? I think earlier people talked tonight in the press conferences, people talked about Jose and what you did. But what did you think of like Nikhil, the way he played tonight, as well as Billy?
I feel like for Nikhil, whenever he calms down and also just settles into the game, he's such a great player. And, he gets downhill really well, makes great decisions for his teammates when he's just super, just like focused on just like trying to be like just a good basketball player. And super happy for him because he was able to contribute and do well for us down the stretch. Billy as well. He's always going to get his rebounds. And did he get a double-double? Billy, no, he did not. Normally does, but still, though, very effective in his time in there. And, the bench was just ready. That's it. That's all I can really say.
Trey, with Brandon on offense and Herb on defense, how easy is the game for the other guys on the floor?
I mean, really, when you got Brandon Ingram on the floor, there's so many eyes on him. So, you just got to be ready for the ball, be ready to cut for him. And then with Herb, he's covering up for a lot of mistakes, almost in like a Draymond Green type of role. There's times where he helps, and he's like at the top of the key. He gets a block or a steal, and we're able to get out and run. And it just shows how effective he is on the defensive end. And it's really special. Both of them are very special talents on those sides of the floor.
Thank you, Trey.
Thank you. Hey.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.
All else,
With a lot in New Orleans. I just seen him on that fast break, and I gave a little extra emotion, but it was all love.
Did you get a lot of grief post-game?
I definitely did, but I thought Frank was gonna have my back. I thought he was gonna tell the ref that we was homies, but he didn't tell him.
Your thoughts on Herb Jones being selected to the Rising Stars Challenge?
Very deserving. He's a professional, coming in every single day, getting his work in. The hours that you don't see every single day, and it definitely shows on the floor when he gets out there. So it's well deserved for a good basketball player and a great person.
I mean, we've talked a few times this year about when you've come back from injuries, it's taking you a couple games to regain that rhythm. And tonight it seemed like you were able to hit the ground running. Was that a focus for you tonight, wanting to come in and really pick up where you left off?
Yeah. I think my focus tonight was just to take whatever the defense gave me, and at the same time be aggressive, get good shots for the offense, myself, for the team. But I go back to my preparation. My preparation up to this game was the same as if I was playing every single night, just doing the stuff that I know I was going to do on the basketball floor, and I felt comfortable enough to get out there tonight.
You hold them to 14 points in the fourth quarter. What do you really like about the defensive effort in the second half?
Well, that's the half that we. I mean, that was the quarter that we actually played defense. You know, they've scored all the way up to the fourth quarter, and Jose, he did a good job of coming in and giving us a lift, and the kid was scoring the basketball really well today. Jackson, he just gives us a different dimension on the floor when he's out there, and he's athletic, and he can run the basketball floor. Everybody stepped up and did a really, really good job on the defensive end. They had a sense of urgency in the fourth quarter.
And you mentioned that some of the young guys were really big tonight off the bench. Jose, Trey making an impact for the first time. And what was it like seeing those guys kind of lift you up after things started off slow in the first half?
It was good for the team. You know, that's a big confidence booster for Trey. Not being in the rotation for a lot of games, and then having a chance to come out here and be himself, knocking down threes, getting into the lane, getting some offensive rebounds, and being good on the defensive end. We definitely needed that out of him tonight. Jose, he's been pretty consistent as of late in the things that he does on the defensive end and offensively, just running the offense. So we continue to grow.
All right, let's go to Zoom.
Will just asked the question I was going to ask you about what you thought about just how valuable the bench was. So I guess I'll ask you, Jose was talking about after the Philly game that Embiid ended up paying his technical foul fine for him. You think there's any way you might reach out to Frank and see if he'll foot the fine for you for that technical?
Well, I know the answer before I ask him, but I'm going to give it a try. I did. Billy Herman Gomez did tell me that he was going to pay one of the techs, so I have that on record right now. So if he see this video, whenever this come out, I'm gonna send him this video. But I definitely don't think Frank will pay the fine.
Hey Brandon, Trey was back in there for the first time in a while, knocked down 2 threes. Just how much is his ability, to hit, catch, and shoot threes needed just to, take pressure off of you and Jonas and I guess alleviate pressure when you guys draw extra defenders?
That'll be great for our team if he steps up and he's consistent every single night that we put him in a game. And I know it's kind of hard for him when he's seeing spot minutes every single night, but I think that's just part of his learning and part of his growing. Just trying to be a professional and coming in and try to do the best that he can when he gets in. It's hard to gain a rhythm when you only play 5 minutes, but as long as he continues to work and work away from the actual basketball game, I think he'll be fine, and he'll be a big help for us after All-Star and leading up to playoffs.
Hey Brandon, wins like these, games like these, how many steps in the right direction are for you guys, and what did you learn about the team?
Well, what I learned, and every single time that I step on the floor, is we just continue to get better. We learn something every single night. We take things from the previous game and try to be better at them in the next game. And that's what I like about this team. Every single time that we step on the floor, we just try to get better. We only worry about ourselves and how we can continue to find our identity as a team.
Thanks, B. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.